Opoku scored, and hello everyone. And sorry I was late. Had to do some stuff. Came in. I said, well, 10 minutes in. I said, might as well just come in and call this game. So Opoku scored in the 10th minute for LAFC, and they lead RSL 1-0 on the road. LAFC comes from a really just a loss against San Jose. And Opoku comes here and gets a goal for LAFC as Buanga brings it down with his chest. I'll still have to do the banners, but I'll be with you guys right now. And whenever I get to say anything, I'll say it. LAFC and there. Well, here's a pair of shoes from McMath, the goalkeeper from RSL. Here's a nice nutmeg on Ryan Hollings. The referee calls for a foul. Here comes a free kick for the host. RSL nothing. LAFC 1. Opoku scored in the 10th minute. A free kick incoming here for RSL. Here we go. Here's the moment. The fans the now called America's First Stadium, something like that. As here's a cross, whipped in. Palacios might have got a touch of it. Referee spotted it, and it's a throw in for the host, RSL. Now let me get the little and share my screen here. The animation is here's a throw in. RSL trying to move the ball around. Here's going to be a cross. No, he faked it, placed it back. These 13 minutes of play. Here's a cross. No, to the byline. Cuts it back on Tillman. Sends a cross. A header goes off wide. It was a good effort. But Ruby just pulls it wide. There we go. Now I have everything set up. Well, I don't even know if you guys can hear me. Let's see. Gotta go here on settings. Here we go. Now you guys can hear me better. How's everyone doing? And here's LAFC with Denny Buanga cutting it back nicely, opening it wide. Here's Timothy Tillman. He is the real deal here for LAFC. And down hard, as Holling said, picked up by Tillman. Tillman slipped. Ball stayed in play. Assistant referee did not spot the ball go out and says a throw in for LAFC. Salt Lake fans booing. Not satisfied. Of course, it's the rivalry week to say so. LAFC is not playing one because they already played the two rivals on California. Here's a chance as they're trying to move forward. That's a great tackle there by Maldonado on Danny Musovski, former LAFC player. Long time no see, Danny. Montreal defeated Toronto. Charlotte FC actually defeated Atlanta United. Atlanta scored 3 on them their first meeting. The Red Bulls defeated NYCFC. They proclaim now and say New York, well, quote unquote New York. They don't play in New York. It's red though. Kellen Acosta, hard challenge on him. Tillman tries to play that one through as Denny Buanga is going to get there. Buanga on the left-hand side. Buanga, well, he cut it. He cuts in, tries to clip it up, and McMahon cuts it off. Bella was the man closing down for LAFC. LAFC dominating, and Kellen Acosta is down, holding on to his right leg. Here's a replay. And not sure if, well, there is contact, but it wouldn't be anything serious for a red card. As LAFC's medical assistance is here to check on Kellen Acosta. As here's a replay, and I see it, and Opoku bringing down the ball fantastically with his chest and striking it with his left foot. McMath actually got a piece of it. Just not enough to keep it out. LAFC leads. And we play back after the injury break. We had a small one, though. And LAFC back to defending against RSL. Moving up front with Oviedo. Ojeda trying to switch the play. Palacios nearly cut it off. Here's a chance to put it back across. Rubin got a piece of it, and he says that the McCarthy probably had it, and LAFC will get a goal kick. Ojeda, that's a nice pass. Andres Gomez with a nice cross. And unfortunately for Rubio Rubin, he couldn't get a shot on target. 17 minutes in, and McCarthy has a goal kick. Today, he is wearing his all-black jersey. LAFC's goalkeeper, Kellen Acosta, is actually walking off the pitch right now behind the goal. Won't know if there's a substitution coming up for LAFC, whether Kellen Acosta is okay or not. So LAFC down to 10 men due to the injury of Kellen Acosta. As they try to attack again on Palacios. Here's Gomez on the ball. Right-hand side, RSL attacking the north end of the stadium. Gomez trying to cut it back. Boanga comes in for support. And Kellen Acosta seems to not be okay. I mean, he's walking it off, but he seems injured. And in this stretch of games for LAFC, you cannot afford one of your best players to be injured, knowing that you play the Galaxy in 2 weeks, and you also have the CONCACAF Champions League final, the first leg, in about 3 weeks, and Ilie Sanchez got a touch on that cross, sent it out for a corner kick. It was an awkward clearance by Ilie. As the fans are now getting on their feet, here's a corner kick, and now the referee spots over to midfield and a possible substitution. And indeed, so Jose Cifuentes actually enters the game for Kellen Acosta, and this is really big. Well, here's a cross, played into the middle, headed away by Long. Palacios was the first one to come out and put pressure. RSL will get a second chance. Oviedo on the ball. Ojeda now. And just retreats and plays it all the way back to Brody. Out wide it goes. Oh, nice. They fool Boanga. And a shot from distance. McCarthy saves. Long clears. Bounces off the legs of an RSL player and goes out into a throw-in. McCarthy got to see it last minute. Last time LAFC were here, they beat RSL 4-1. Gareth Bale scored in that game. What was his second goal in MLS and his second goal in the regular season before scoring in the MLS Cup final. That game also, RSL set a record on attendance in their own stadium. Here's another shot from distance. McCarthy punches it out. Palacios passes it to Buanga. It's still trouble. RSL putting a lot of pressure on this LAFC's back line, and they get it back. Now a foul here. Palacios tries to appeal that there was no contact. The RSL player seems to be injured. It is Pablo Ruiz on the ground. And let's see. It just steps on him. Palacios on Ruiz. There's no intention there. Clear foul. Spotted by the referee 20 minutes into the game. And LAFC will have to defend another set piece. Since Acosta exiting the game, RSL has been putting pressure on LAFC's defense. Here's a cross into the middle. The header goes out wide into a corner kick. It was cleared by Tillman, I believe. And another set piece to defend. And yes, Tillman was the man. McCarthy tried to tell the referee there was a foul. And again, they're trying to get the RSL fans pumped up at America's first stadium. That's the name of RSL's new home. Here's a cross into the middle. Whip back. Trying to clear it away. It's LAFC. Here goes Palacios. Chips it over to Cifuentes. Cifuentes now running down the sideline. Gomez pressuring him. Nutmegs Gomez. Gomez loses the ball. And RSL's back on it. So now LAFC trying to catch on the flow and get their chances to put pressure on RSL. Vela goes and puts pressure on Beta, excuse me. Here's Oviedo running it on Tillman. That's a foul spotted by the referee. Tillman with the push appeals that it was body contact. And the replay shows us, yeah, small push on the back. And here goes Glad. Out wide to Brody. Gomez on the ball. Now Brody. Glad sends it over to the far side with Brian Oviedo, who sends a cross, and they let it through. Rubin! What a save by McCarthy! And a corner kick. But what a save by McCarthy. Rubio Rubin right in front of goal. And John McCarthy once again to the rescue. That's a great cross by Oviedo. Musovski lets it go, knowing that Rubio Rubin's going to back him up. And well, another cross here for RSL. Here's the ball, played into the middle, cleared out by Tillman. And RSL back on it, Ruiz. This is Brody. Out wide, and now they go back to the near side. Ilie Sanchez reading the ball, heads it away. LAFC back into their defensive adjustment. Now putting some pressure. And that's a great turn there by Ojeda. Ojeda out wide to Rubin. Rubin on the ball. Hollingshead defending him. And here's another cross. Long clears out. Asking for a foul is Long, and he'll get it. LAFC's ball in their own 18-yard box. LAFC had a big week. Earlier this week, they went on the road to Monterrey Bay to play the round of 32 in the U.S. Open Cup. In that game, they sent LAFC's 2 squad, which is the team that plays for the MLS Next Pro, and LAFC's second team. They sent all the teenagers to play a USL team on the round of 32. Obviously, these players in the USL are pros, quite experienced. They're older. They went on the road. They had them 1-0 throughout 90 minutes before they tie the game. They go to extra time. Monterrey scores, and LAFC comes back to tie it. So the teenagers came back, fought back, and they went on to a penalty shootout, and they won it in the 6th round. Jakubovic, saved the last penalty to win it. As here's a battle, Tillman won, and Opoku putting pressure out here. Play it back over to McMath. McMath clears. Here's Vela on the ball, battling as Carlos. The Mexican star, that's a foul. Referee spotted, that's a yellow card to Ojeda. So the teenagers sent LAFC to the next round, and now they're, that's a hard challenge. And Vela's ankle got caught up on it, on the legs of Ojeda. A dirty challenge, yellow card. And Vela in serious pain because that was a hard challenge. So Vela is down. Bogusz will begin to warm up. That could be another serious loss, knowing that LAFC in a few weeks, they play the Galaxy. And Leon. Here's the replay. Just gets the ankle, and hopefully it's just nothing big. It's just the initial pain on that ankle. As he gets up, tries to walk it off, tries to put pressure. Seems to be okay, though. Let's see if he can run. But ankle injuries, those are serious. And now they may have to make a substitution here on Vela or not. 27 minutes in, they already lost Kellen Acosta. Vela holding on to that ankle again. He's walking in pain. It is hard to play with an ankle injury. Here's the ball. Might have hit on the hand of a player from RSL. Vela trying to get in position, testing that ankle out. The challenge is running and shooting right now. Maldonado on the ball. And that's out into, careful here. Vela still struggling. Eyes on Vela. Bogusz is warming up. Maldonado seems to be a little bit shaken up. Vela now moving quite better. And now Gomez slipping through behind Palacios. Gomez tried to play it across. Oh, that's a great pass. Goes back to Gomez. Gomez tries to put it across, and Aaron Long with a great tackle. And now screams at his teammates. It was just way too easy for Gomez to get past Palacios and Cifuentes, who's not tracking down. Cifuentes has been highly criticized by LAFC fans due to his low start to the season. Here's a cross. They let it go again. Vela is the first one on the ball, and he seems to be fine. Opoku running it now. Opoku takes 2 men on. He keeps on going. Here goes Opoku, trying to be stopped, and a through ball to Buanga. He won't get there. McMath plays it right away to Oviedo. And Oviedo running the ball. Vela is the first one to defend. Danny Musovski lost possession of it. Cifuentes poked it out. Throw in here. Vela giving instructions to his teammates. As we hit 30 minutes. And now Vela with an awkward landing on that foot. Or might have got stepped on. Is complaining to the fourth assistant. And now RSL again. And McCarthy gets the ball. Obviously, RSL playing really, really aggressive this game. Wouldn't surprise me if Vela comes out at halftime. And LAFC, of course, their eyes right now, it's on the CONCACAF Champions League final. May 31st is the first leg at León. A really, really difficult place to play at. And then they come back to BMO Stadium. So, of course, their eyes are on that CCL final. And knowing that León got knocked out of last weekend, to be exact, they got knocked out of the playoffs in Liga MX. So they have all this time of rest, which can benefit them, but also hurt them, knowing that they could be off rhythm. And Andrew Brody, or excuse me, Pablo Ruiz, lost the ball in the sideline. It just took a weird bounce off his foot and it went out to a throw. And going back to León. So they have this whole break till May 31st when they come back to play. LAFC will be in shape. León may be off rhythm, a little bit rusty. And a CONCACAF Champions League final could benefit LAFC. We'll see. They have to pick up a great result on the road at León to then close it out at BMO, which would be a dream to lift the trophy in Los Angeles. LAFC had their chapter in CONCACAF in 2020, their first time participating. They went on to the final, lost to Tigres 2-1. This is the second time they are in the final. That's an RSL throw-in. The second time they participate in the tournament, second time they're in the final. Really good from LAFC. And many are saying that right now this LAFC squad may be the best team in North America. And they'll have to prove it in the CONCACAF Champions League final. Glad sends a long ball looking for Rubio Rubin. Aaron Long, hard touch on it. Danny Musovski now juggling with it. Long comes back to head it away. Palacios putting pressure. Referee spots no foul. Though Musovski is arguing. Throw in for RSL. Andrew Brody to take that one. 33 minutes. LAFC leads with a Poku's goal in the early goings of this game. As Glad plays it in short to Brian Vera. Oviedo on the ball. Vela defending now. Hollingshead. This is Rubio Rubin. Lost it. Here's Timothy Tillman. Goes back to Vela. Ilie to Vela. Vela to Cifuentes. A hard touch. Careful here. Maldonado fell asleep. But it's mostly on Cifuentes' bad pass. Ilie asking his teammates to be calm. And here they go once again, trying to attack. Here's Ryan Hollingshead. Hollingshead out to Vela. This is Carlos Vela. Driving the ball, finds Vuanga. Vuanga back to Vela. Here's Carlitos. Over to Denny. Denny Vuanga! It's a screamer! It's a Vuanga goal! It's a golazo for the MVP candidate as they lead 2-0 over RSL. That's a great goal by Denny Vuanga. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, Denny. A new week and a new Denny Vuanga goal. Add to your tally, your number 9th this season. And the small crowd of LAFC fans that made the trip to Utah, they chant MVP, MVP to Denny Vuanga. Wow, that is impressive by number 99. An MVP candidate, Denny Vuanga. And in the 35th minute, LAFC have a 2-goal advantage over RSL. Vuanga scored last weekend, and LAFC's lost to San Jose. Morris Espinosa. Well, it's interesting. Here's Vuanga. Another chance. Kind of lost it. It's still back to Denny. Ilie, player down from RSL, still attacking SLAFC. Buanga will have a go. No, he placed it out wide to Cifuentes. Cifuentes in short to Ryan Hollingshead. Now Vela. Vela back to Hollingshead. Buanga to Hollingshead. Hollingshead couldn't control it. Ilie putting pressure. Now here comes RSL, and Aaron Long would just kick that one away into safety. With that goal from Denny Buanga, puts him on number 1 as MLS top scorer this season, 9 goals. It's just May. You still have a long road. As here's RSL trying to make a push. Here's the shot block. And Gomez clips it up. Rubio Ruvin. Whether it was a shot or a cross, it was dangerous. No, and Danny Musovski was in the middle, but did not follow the play. Just went away. Goal kick here for LAFC. Well, 36 minutes, and they play on MLS Cup MVP John McCarthy with the ball. It's something about LAFC's backup goalkeepers and penalty shootouts. McCarthy giving LAFC the cup. Well, here's a pass clipped up to Denny Vuanga. Denny Vuanga might be the first one. McMath had to come off his line to poke that one away. Two nothing for one of the best teams in Major League Soccer. They got handed their first out. It's just something. And now it seems every season they lose to San Jose. LAFC in 11 meetings against RSL have won 10 of them, lost just once. That 1-L came in 2020. And a really struggling LAFC side who were injured and most players on international duty. They lost 3-1 or 3-0 to RSL at this same place, same stadium, which was called Rio Tinto back then. And now we play on again. Palacios, Ilie Sanchez. He's arguably one of the best midfielders in LAFC's short history. Put him along Atuesta, but he has an MLS Cup title. He won. His penalty kick won MLS Cup final for LAFC. Vuanga scooping it in for Vela. Vela. It's still Vela. Solo Vela. Over to Denny Vuanga. Knockdown. Referee says nothing. LAFC players arguing for a penalty. LAFC staff furious with the assistant referee. They're asking for a penalty. This will be reviewed by VAR. But as it stands, you just play on. As soon as we get a replay, we'll see if it's a penalty. Gomez on the ball. Near side Gomez trying to scoop it into Rubio Ruvin. His shot deflected. Falls to Oviedo. Oviedo on the ball. Sends the cross. Headed away by Palacios. Only as, Forrest Ruiz, who did not get a good shot. And here's the replay. Here's the, oh boy, that's a penalty. That's a penalty. That right here, Brian Ojeda, who's also in a yellow. Now, Elliot, well, VAR has said nothing as of right now. All eyes on the referee and VAR. If there's a check, a possible review, ball has not exited the field. Therefore, he cannot review it yet. Ojeda is on a yellow. He's Wow, that's impressive. Apparently, the VAR check is complete and no penalty has been awarded. Wow. And Ojeda did not get the ball, which makes the thing even worse. Wow, that is impressive. And again, just a notable turn. Here's Gomez. Gomez shot is blocked. It falls to Brody. But wow, that is really disappointing. And again, pointing out, here's another cross headed away by Long. Just points out how bad referee can be. And MLS, Vela, long ball looking for Opoku. Got a piece of it, but goes back to Ruiz. Now, I'm a Chivas fan as well. Last Thursday, when they played the first leg against Atlas, there's a long ball. They found Oviedo. Two penalties that could have easily been called on Atlas, not called by the referee. So, I mean, Liga MX and MLS in shambles when it comes to VAR and refereeing. Here's another cross looking for Gomez, and Hollingshead would just head that one away in safety, knowing the dangers that RSL have been giving them and that they haven't been playing bad. They've been having a good game so far. Just the goals not coming in for RSL, and for LAFC just a few chances and they get to score. Here's the shot by Ojeda. It was blocked by Opoku and poked away by Opoku into a throw-in. "42. Few chances. LAFC. Well, here's a nice cross through. Cifuentes clears. Here's Vela back to Cifuentes. LAFC now in transition. Vela. Oh, that's a nice through ball to Cifuentes. Cifuentes spots Buanga. That's quite a bit long from the reach of Buanga. He gets in though. Denny searching for help. Goes to Cifuentes. Has Ilie in support. Sifu. Now Ilie Sanchez out wide to Timothy Tillman. Ilie. Now Palacios. Long. Ilie Sanchez. Maldonado. Daniel. LAFC on the ball. Here's Vela with his left foot. Carlos leading the attack. Here's Vela. Finds Cifuentes. Cifuentes inside of the foot. Finds Buanga. Brings it down. Buanga. Cutting it back. Buanga. And striking it into a corner kick. Great play between Buanga and Jose Cifuentes. They get a corner kick out of it. Vela seems to be fit. Possibly one more turn. But here's a chance. Hopefully we get more information here. Kellen, as here's Vela on his corner kick. This is going to be an outswinger. Closing it in. It's Cifuentes. The header goes out over the bar. McMath kind of frustrated on how they defended the set piece play. LAFC swept RSL in 2021 and 2022 as well. But to point out, you can hear the small amount of LAFC fans jumping for LA Football Club. They may not be a lot, but they're still out. Anyways, going back, 2020 was the only time they beat LAFC in a game where LAFC was not at their best. LAFC went on to win the other matches against them. 2021 was LAFC's worst season in history. Still swept RSL in the 3-game series that they had during the regular season. Once at Rio Tinto, twice at Bank of California, and a game where Carlos Vela scored a great goal from a tight angle. That same game there was a different game too, where Chicho Arango scored the fastest goal in LAFC's history at 20 seconds. The record had been held by Jakovic. Yes, defender Jakovic. And a 6-1 win over Vancouver in 2020. That goal came around the first minute of play. As LAFC just cooling everything down. They do this so well, and it's just a difference. And I saw a tweet earlier this week about Manchester City and Real Madrid as Palacios sends this one towards Buanga. Buanga brings it down. Would he attempt it? No. He's going to clip it over to Cifuentes. Brings it down and couldn't control it. It goes past his foot. But anyways, so I ran up with this tweet just comparing Manchester City and Real Madrid, not comparing LAFC to them, but just comparing their playing styles and saying that was LAFC. Manchester City plays like LAFC with Bob Bradley, 2019, and Real Madrid plays like LAFC with Steve Cherundolo. Look at Cifuentes running it. RSL players arguing there was a handball. Here's Hollingshead. Will he let it go? Hollingshead out wide. Here's Palacios, a deflection, and it goes into a corner kick. And yes, in saying so, because in 2019, Bob Bradley's LAFC, it was high press, high press, high press. And there was times they didn't even score, but they were more possession, high press, high press. But Steve Cherundolo's, like Real Madrid, conservative. They play at their own pace. And whenever they get the chance, they score. That's practically how Real Madrid score on Manchester City. Now Cifuentes is the player down. He came in as a substitute for Kellen Acosta. He's now in serious pain. Well, the midfield situation now in LAFC seems to be the struggling part of it. Had Tillman out for a few weeks. That was just a couple weeks ago. He just came back against the Philadelphia Union. Kellen Acosta goes down. Who do you put? There is that kid, Nathan Ordaz, who's been the eye of everyone. Here's the replay on what happened to Cifuentes. Just got kicked in the ankle. Should be fine. As he is now on his feet. They're going to check. There we go. Corner kick here. Vela has it. Out swinger into the box. Cleared out. Opoku off the volley. Bounces off Hollingshead. Ilie puts it back across. Evan Long stays down, arguing for a foul. Here comes RSL. No. Referee will play on. We've reached the 3 minutes of stoppage time, but lost more. Here we go once again. Is this Vela? Vela through ball nearly too long. Long finds himself with it. Turns, shoots, falls back to Hollingshead. Hollingshead tries to get it back to Long. Falls too long again. And RSL able to clear it out. Ilie wins it back. Here goes Opoku running it now. Here's Opoku. It's kind of crowded. Referee tells Opoku to get up. Cifuentes over to Vela. Carlos Vela on the ball. Hollingshead nearly finds Opoku. That's a foul here by Ilie Sanchez, but the referee decides to end the first half, and yes, he did. So LAFC headed to the break with a 2-goal lead over RSL. Luanga just waiting to give the ball to the referee. There's just an argument here. Long, McMath just talking to the referee. Now Luanga just talking again with the referee. Just a fun conversation here. But LAFC leading RSL. A game that, of course, they haven't dominated, but they've had their chances. And the score says 2 for LAFC, and RSL, who have been high pressing. They had more opportunities, have nothing on the board yet. So we'll see what changes RSL will make and how LAFC adjusts to this game, because they've been knocked down multiple times. And we'll be back for the second half. We're back because the second half is about to commence here at Rio, America's first stadium. The name of RSL's home in Utah. As LAFC lead RSL 2-0. Vela talking to the referee. Referee just checking everything, last details, and we are now underway. And LAFC will look to close out these last 45 minutes and take the W back home. It's been a great week, or to say start of a weekend for the city of LA. Last night, the Lakers knocked out the Warriors in 6 in a blowout game. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and company are headed to the Western Conference Final. And the Dodgers beat the Padres already today. It was a 4-2 score, same as last night. And they are 4-0 against the Padres since the Padres posted or put the crying meme of Kershaw on the Jumbotron at San Diego's Petco Park. So there's a lot of good things happening for LA. Of course, they'll close out that series tomorrow on Mother's Day. And here's the Ojeda, who, man, he has to be brave. And that's a throw-in for RSL, according to the assistant referee. Then he not really happy with it. And off they go again. Ojeda on the ball. And short with Gomez. Gomez with Brody. Brody sends the cross. It's a dangerous one. Cleared off by Hollingshead. Ojeda back on it. Ojeda switches it. And here's Rubio Ravine. Tries to scoop that one in. Who's number 10? Jefferson Savarino. I see a chance again, trying to push forward. They lose it. Here's Cifuentes laying it off. Here goes Opoku. Opoku with Vela. Vela sees Buanga running. Vela, when is he going to pass it? Now he lets it go. Flag is down. Denny Buanga. Now to Timothy Tillman, who fires that one. But the flag does go up. Vela should have passed it a bit earlier. I have the feeling he just held it too long. Vela, after taking a hard hit to his ankle, he appears to be fine. Long with the foul on Musovski. And here's Ojeda, which, I was going at halftime through my Twitter feed. LAFC fans really disappointed and upset at VAR for not calling that penalty, which could potentially have RSL down to 10 men as of right now, because Ojeda was the man of the challenge. Opoku clipping it up for Vela. Not a great pass, though. It goes out wide across the whole field into a throw-in. Ilie, Tillman, back to Ilie Sanchez. Into Vela, and Vela's turn just bounced around, and RSL's defense was able to clear it out. And that's a interception by Hollingshead on the attempted pass by Oviedo. Falls to Vela's left foot. That's an offensive foul by Vela. As it was Ryan Vela just dove for the ball. And now LAFC back on the ball. They turn it over. This is Timothy Tillman. What a player has he become for LAFC. Ilie Sanchez back to Long. He's truly been amazing since coming to LAFC. Has now filed a request to switch his nationality and play for the U.S. He is American and was playing for the German national team for a while. For the, obviously, youth academies. And here's McMath clearing that one off. It just falls to Ilie's chest. Back to Cifuentes. Ilie. Back to Maldonado. But has requested. He has a brother. Playing in the U.S. The Tillman brothers would be a duo with the national team. LAFC just being LAFC, just passing it around between their back line. Maldonado's game has been much better. Criticized a lot last weekend. He had a tough game. Long turns it over. But for LAFC, they've kind of got used to it now. Seeing Aaron Long in the back. Used to be a lot of Murillo, Chiellini. Chiellini got hurt. Here's a chip over the heads of everyone. And now RSL just cannot find it. Veta just gave it away completely. Throw in here, 15 minutes. Here's Chiqui Palacios for the throw in, and LAFC back on it. Cifuentes. Since coming in, he's had a decent game. Last weekend as well, criticized a lot, played the full 90, and Steve Cherundolo's substitutions got the fans upset. He took out Ilie Sanchez, which he was the strong piece for LAFC in that midfield. Cifuentes did not do much. So fans were mad that Cifuentes stayed in all the game. Of course, this year for Jose Cifuentes has been an emotional roller coaster, Thought he wasn't going to be here. Thought he was going to be sent to a team out in the Premier League. Probably Leeds United. That was the rumor going around. Of course, after the World Cup, great performances, winning MLS Cup, Supporter Shield champion. He had everything. I mean, he got a heck of a season last year. And just to not be at 100%, it could be that mental block to not accept that he's still here, that he was going to be off to Europe, fulfill the European dream that many footballers have. And he's still here with LAFC. He still has to perform if he wants to go elsewhere. As here's Buanga. That's a nice turn. Well, he went in speed. Look at him. Look at that speed by Denny Buanga. Cuts back. Lost it to Gomez. And tries to get it back. And Palacios, that's no, not a foul. Well, the RSL fans, of course, not happy with that. They spotted a clear foul. I thought it was going to be a foul. Referee was right in front of the play. Decided to call nothing. Lenny Maldonado. In short with Long. Cifuentes all the way back. Maldonado. He goes long. Oh, bad touch here. By Oviedo. Falls to Opoku. Opoku now running it. This is Maldonado. Ilie Sanchez. Vela instructing the traffic. Timothy Tillman. Aaron Long, the center back. Maldonado. Ryan Hollingshead. Good turn here by Tillman. Tillman out wide to Palacios. Spotted him well. Palacios now has Cifuentes. Cifuentes. He lines up for a shot and it goes for 3 points. That's a field goal. It's not a great shot there by Jose Cifuentes, who can score from far out. He's proven it a few times. Proved it with Ecuador. And RSL turn it over. Timothy Tillman, smart move there. Ilie running with Vela. Vela slowing down his run was Denny Buanga. Palacios out to Buanga. Vela. And crazy how Haida is going strong at LAFC players knowing he's on a yellow. At one point he's going to foul a player, and could get himself sent off. And here they go again. Gomez attacking. Long is the one defending. Pushes him off the ball. Oh, strong body by Aaron Long. Told him to hit the weight room. Wow. As we reach 10 minutes into this second half, and the replay we see here, Gomez was lining himself up for a cross, and Long, just a strong push with his body, got Gomez off balance, sent him to the ground. And Long switches it. Chest down by Ryan Hollingshead. Hollingshead in short with Vela. Vela over to Ryan. This is Cifuentes. Has Palacios running to his left. Decides to go with Buanga. Cifuentes now towards Vela. Carlos has pressure from behind. Lets it go to Cifuentes. Ilie. Palacios now. Back to Ilie Sanchez. And a substitution coming for the host. Here's Cifuentes. A lot of room to run. And falls to Danny Buanga. He just pulls it wide. You don't normally see that from LAFC's number 99, Danny Buanga, MVP candidate. With his left foot, it's just so unlucky it goes wide. It's a perfect strike. Has the pace, the placement too. And now RSL moving, and Savarino lost it. Now kind of kneels down. It could probably be an exhaustion or just a little bit shaken up. Sifu. Ryan. Hollingshead. The mustache. Vela. There was this new commercial by Contender, the tire company or the brand. Ilie, that's a great tackle to get the ball back. And Ilie Sanchez was the star of it. They did it with Sean Johnson, knowing that it was the penalty shootout that defined the MLS Cup in 2021, and happened the same in 2022. And Ilie was the star of it, explaining his preparation to the penalty that gave him MLS Cup. Sean Johnson was one of the key saves on Diego Valeri. Substitution time here at America's First Stadium. Danny Musovski exits the game, and Jacquinson enters. Musovski, former LAFC player, found quite a bit of success with LAFC. Haven't heard much of him here. And now Anderson Julio comes in. Gomez exits. Julio and Jacquinson enters. And we play on. Gomez, he's not really happy with his performance. And Glad now on the ball. Brody back to Glad. LAFC just getting their defense standing as they do normally. Julio Anderson, that's a great turn. His shot goes wide. But for his first appearance and his first touches here in the game, it wasn't bad. It was a good turn, good shot. You know, many fans criticize MLS supporters with Spanish chants, but I just find it really cool knowing I'm Hispanic, speak Spanish, and just how the passion grows with the Hispanic community in football, soccer, whatever you want to call it. And just Spanish chants in general are just really cool. Long, near turnover here. RSL cannot have possession of the ball for at least 5 seconds before turning it over. And Opoku, now it's the LAFC player shaken up and on the ground. Here's a shot from distance. McCarthy not faced by it. Just John McCarthy, never faced by anything. Jack Wilson was the man on the shot. Struck it with his right foot. Just straight to the place where John McCarthy was. A bit of placement, and you find another golazo in this game. Denny Vuanga scored once already. It was a beautiful goal. Opoku now is up and running fully. Opoku, 7 goals last season. Has not failed to shine at all this year. He has been really great. And now Julio trying to play it through. Just couldn't get a good pass off of it. Ojeda back to Brody. Back to Ojeda. Ojeda. As Savarino trying to run it. This is Brody back on the ball. Brody cutting it back. Brody trying to play it back. But couldn't get anything out of it. Ruiz over to Oviedo. Oviedo chest that one down. Julio, that's a great move and a great challenge by Danny Maldonado to poke that one away into a corner kick. And here's the replay because Maldonado stood still. And look at that. That is a great tackle by Maldonado to poke that one away. Corner kick here. And they have to stop play. Referee spotted something he did not like between Glad and Ryan Hollingshead. They're having a conversation. Now we're going to play. Savarino just trying to get the right angles. He goes to goal, and that one nearly an Olympico. It was chested away. And here's Opoku. I scored an Olympico today in FIFA. And Savarino just had the eye on an Olympico against the reigning champions. Here's a replay. It's closing down, and Tillman is the man to get it. That if Tillman's not there, that ball goes in. Denny, Sifu, Tillman, Maldonado. Out wide it goes. Ryan Hollingshead. Far side. Opoku now. In the middle. Timothy Tillman. Right hand side. Ilie. Under pressure. Couldn't get a good pass off. And here goes Julio once again with the speed. He has the range. He has a shot. And McCarthy able to make a save on it. Another shot from distance. And now Opoku. Still Opoku. Opoku running it. Finds Buanga. Buanga. Here's for Vela. Vela back across and cleared out. Cifuentes is the man defending now on Ojeda. Cifuentes gets that one back. No call. Here's Buanga. Buanga tries to play it back to Vela. It bounces back to Cifuentes. Cifuentes has a cross looking for Vela. Headed away by RSL. And now you can see RSL on the counter. Julio lost it. Here's Ilie Sanchez. Ilie across to Cifuentes once again. Cifuentes nearly lost it. Sifu finds Palacios. Buanga now. And Palacios. And they'll just reset and play back. Aaron Long. But that was good. A good push by LAFC. McCarthy. Long. And Cifuentes, good turn. He's having a good game. Filling up for the shoes of Kellen Acosta. Here's Buanga. Poked away. And careful here. Brody. Glad. Ojeda. His turn. Spreads it out. This is Oviedo. With 66 minutes here going. LAFC with the 2-goal lead. Here's Brody attacking, sending a cross, a header, and it's over the bar. It was Rubio Rubin. Just couldn't direct it towards goal. Here's a replay. Brody had a lot of space, a lot of time. Perfect cross. Just beat Maldonado because Maldonado overran the ball. And Rubin just read it well and headed that one over the bar. McCarthy with a goal kick. The reigning MLS Cup MVP. And they lose it. LAFC lost it. Here's a cross. A big collision. Referee, he's going to call a foul before the play. McCarthy's in serious pain. He took a big collision. LAFC players are really mad at the referee for calling a foul that happened before the play. But oh boy, they're calling a substitution. McCarthy's not going to last in the game. He is out. Eldin Jakupovic is on the bench. Jakupovic. Oh, no. That is... Oh, boy. And now McCarthy is hurt. He fell awkwardly. Here's Hollingshead on the foul. He gets a yellow. And he fell hard on his left shoulder. That should be a yellow to Julio, but that, oh boy, it's just the collision there. Julio with more momentum, McCarthy with none. And it could be that serious shoulder injury. Jakupovic warming up, and McCarthy's just in a lot of pain. Can tell you his story, and oh boy, I do not like the scene. Oh boy. Could be a substitution, a serious one. Anderson Julio takes a yellow as well. Oh, it's a collarbone. Well, this man is hoping it's nothing serious. LAFC really needs him in the upcoming weeks, and he can move it. Maybe taking him out will be the best option here for LAFC. John McCarthy came in the MLS Cup final, replaced Maxime Crepeau after breaking his leg. Talk about being ready. You never know when your number is going to get called. came in, saved 2 penalties to send LAFC, or not send LAFC, to win LAFC the MLS Cup. McCarthy may exit. Aaron Long gave the signal, and apparently they already relayed it to the walkie-talkie. McCarthy's just moving his shoulders. This man's never going to give up. And if there's something on McCarthy, as much as Maxime Crepeau as well, they're going to fight. They're going to keep on going. I thought it was just a hard collision. But John McCarthy it's a big blow. McCarthy, I don't think he can go. He's trying to walk it off. Well, McCarthy stays in the game. It's just eyeing on that shoulder. You never know what could happen to it. And it's just a fresh hit right now. That's going to sting tomorrow morning. Giving instructions. Right now, it's that arm is sensitive, and that's his arm right there, practically. The first arm that goes out is his left one, and it's sensitive right now due to the hit. Here's straight to go, and it goes over the bar. So it appears now that McCarthy will be fine. Jakubovic will still be warming up. Substitutions here. Damir Kreilach. That's a name you never want to hear if you're an LAFC fan. Ruvio Ruvin exits. Kreilach enters. Ruiz exits. Anelli enters. Damir Kreilach. LAFC fans do not like that name. They'd rather not hear his name. LAFC's first season. LAFC dominated. I told you the numbers of the regular season, but RSL get the most important win in 2018. LAFC swept them in the season series, including their first visit here to Utah. LAFC beat them 5-0. In the playoffs, in the knockout round, Damir Kreilach scored a karate goal to knock out LAFC 3-2 at BMO Stadium in LAFC's first season. Kreilach's corner. He does have a corner, but he is such a great man. Legend for RSL. Really loved in Utah. Utah, there are only sports here that you can say is soccer and basketball. And the Utah Jazz, they've not been the best this season. Did not make the playoffs. They did have their glory moments, and RSL MLS Cup champions at some point. Here's a shot by Savarino. I mean, he was lining it up, had the time, space, everything. He just put it off wide. Damir Kreilach, 5 goals in 9 appearances against LAFC. Another reason why LAFC fans do not like Damir Kreilach. John McCarthy. Out wide, here's Palacios. He clips this one up to Cifuentes. Strong touch. Lost it. And now Ojeda running the ball. Putting pressure on Anelli. This is Glad. Oh, and a foul here. But Ilie Sanchez is now the man down for LAFC, boy. I can't now at this point. Now I kind of want to put LAFC two players to play all season games, and here's a collision, just knee to knee. The Sanchez takes from Ojeda, but now I just these players going down today. Just don't want to see more of this. The CONCACAF Champions League finals just around the corner, man. I don't want to see more. Acosta was enough, and McCarthy's hit, man. Worry the heck out. I love McCarthy. I mean, now I'm just considering to have Kripal at bench because McCarthy has earned himself a spot at the goalkeeping spot. Buanga, not a great clearance by Denny, just redirected back to RSL, and just a series of bad passes from both teams. Oh, great move here. Here's a cross. Not a great one by Anali, who just entered. Jacqueline, excuse me. As it's 2-0 LAFC. They play on. McCarthy on it, giving instructions. Goes out wide. Here's Palacios. Careful here. Palacios lost it, pushed off the ball. Jack Winson gets a throw in here for the home team. Substitutions coming along here. Appears to be Bogish and Stipe Buk. Stipe still trying to, get himself going. Oh, strong hit here. Hollingshead got the ball first. Severino is down. And Sergi Palencia. So now Sergi Palencia is for Hollingshead for sure, knowing that Hollingshead is on a yellow. Right back for a right back. And here you can say Opoku exits, Stipe Buk enters, Vela exits, Bogish enters. I don't think they take out Vuanga. 77 minutes into this game, LAFC leading by 2. Glad on the ball. Glad, long ball. And right here, just Ryan Hollingshead laying himself out just to hit it with the head and pass it back to his goalkeeper. Maldonado did a great job knowing that Anderson was just going to jump if he jumped. Just fooled him. Oh, great way by Hollingshead. Getting that ball back. Opoku running it. That's a foul. Oh, and that's a yellow. That's a stupid yellow. And I tell you why it's so stupid. And it's a really dumb yellow by Anelli. Play was over. Now, there was no intent. I know by fact, but what I saw, there was no intention. The foul first, he pulls Opoku down. And then there's no intention here, but he just could have been some intention. Just kick the ball back to Opoku when he was on the ground. That's a dumb yellow. That's just you not being fully in the game. Substitution time for LAFC. 3 of them. Opoku exits. Stipe Buk enters. Got one right. Let's see if we can go 3 for 3. 1 for 1 right now. Second sub here. Vela for Bogish. 2 for 2. And Hollingshead exits. And Sergi Palencia enters. 3 for 3 on the substitutions for LAFC. Just know my team too well now. Crazy. As we're winding down to the last 10 minutes of the game. And there he goes in. Steve Cherundolo, satisfied with the performance from the players that he just took out. Should be happy about the performance of his team overall. Clipped up, Stipe, offsides. All the way back. 80 minutes. Attacking right now. As RSL dangerously just passing it within their back line and having Bogish and Stipe Buke put pressure on them. Long goes back, and McCarthy takes a touch. Dangerous pass to Maldonado, who just clears that one out. And McCarthy apologizes. Throw in incoming as LAFC defending Julio. This is Glad. Out wide it goes to Brody. Stipe Buke pokes that one away. Clipped up. Cifuentes heads that one. We're just redirecting it to Nelly. And Vera. Brian out wide to Oviedo. Oviedo, here's the cross. Hooking and just past Jacquinson, who had a clear header. Brody battling it out. Has Jacquinson. Gets past one. And here just hitting through multiple LAFC bodies. Bogish keeps it in play. Still Mateusz Bogish. Finds Sergi. Yeah, running it. Crosses midfield with it. Finds Buanga now. He's going to try to go inside. Here's Danny Buanga on his turn. Finds Sergi Palencia. Palencia. That's a foul. No, the referee said he dove. And the fans is booing Palencia for trying to sell a foul. Now we go the other way. Here's RSL poked away. LAFC back on the ball with Danny Buanga. Buanga out wide to Bogish. Bogish cutting it back. Bogish's chance. And it's saved by McMath. And that's a good challenge by Palacios to get that ball back. And LAFC back in transition. Tillman tries to find Buanga. Vera got in front of the pass. 82 minutes. That's a nice pass over to Julio Anderson. Maldonado defending him. Valencia now in support. Open spaces. Another shot from distance. It's just another bad one by RSL. And this was Damir Krylak. Pulling it wide. And yeah, I mean, the hand by Vera was out, but Sergi just went down trying to sell the foul. Referee was right in there. He saw it. He said, no, sir. Not in my watch. McCarthy to clear this one away. LAFC's 2 goals in the first half. Opoku in the 9th minute. Around the 35th, Danny Vuanga scored a wonder goal. This is Glad. Not a great pass. Turns it over. Here we go. Palencia leading the attacks. Has Tillman. Tillman inside of the boot for Cifuentes. And again, as good of a game, his first touches are not so great. They've not been great at all this season. It's just funny how just all over the world you see the box. The head coaches are supposed to be in it. They're never in it. They're always outside of the box. As here's this ball, trying to travel looking for Bogish. LAFC's next match is against Sporting KC, Alan Pulido and company, bottom last in the West. As they attack again. That's a foul. Referee says no. So now we play on. Again, Tillman leading the attack. They're just jogging at the pace of RSL players. Play through in between the lines. Here's Tillman. Back to Buanga. And Buanga, this time referee, penalty. He says there's a penalty this time. Well, Vela, the man, cost a penalty. Here's the replay. Well, I don't know. It's just a little push there by Vela. I think that one's going to just sell it. Referee calls it. Is it the outstretched arm? I don't know. Honestly, I think he's just using his body to push him off the ball. But I think it's going to be that outstretched arm that defines it. It's a difficult call here. Referee says penalty. Waiting for VAR. Could be, him just calling it, knowing that he missed a call. VAR has just confirmed it. And let me see who's standing over the ball, because it does not seem like Buanga. It's Mateusz Bogisz. Could be his chance to score his first goal with LAFC. He stands over the ball. Well, now they're calling from VAR. Here we go. Bogisz. His first goal with LAFC, scores! And welcome to Major League Soccer, Mateusz Bogisz. He scores his first with LAFC. And he opens that account. It's been a long way for him and for LAFC fans. Maybe that's just the way to start it. A penalty. Get things going. Now you're confident. You have a goal this season. Strong. Really strong. To the right side of the goal. To the left side, excuse me. Keeper's right. McMahon saved the penalty. Last time against LAFC, it was against Vela. That was a good penalty. McMahon actually went the right way. Just too strong. A lot of pace in that penalty. And now you see the substitution. This allows the youngster, Eric Dueñas. He's been impressive. It's not new for him to enter the game. Elie Sanchez will hand over the captain's armband to Chiqui Palacios. You see the leadership. Ilie could have chose many other players. There's a lot of leadership inside that team. Ilie exits the game. He is the man, the myth and the legend as well. He is one of the best in Major League Soccer, one of the best midfielders. Dueñas had a lot of action Tuesday night against Monterey Bay. It's now up to Tillman to handle that midfield. 18-year-old Dueñas in MLS. Debuted back in 2020. He was 16 years old. And RSL, just not their best game at all. Many turnovers. Now you see almost off to the races in here. So we enter the last stretch of the game. 89 minutes, near the 90. How wide that ball goes. Oh, shoot. And I did not change the banner. I'm sorry. Bogisz, a goal in the 88th minute. Pokes that ball away. Goes back to Glad. "89 minutes in this game. LAFC leading by 3 goals. Buanga on the ball. Denny sending it. Bogush on the ball. Betta's down, or Ovieda is the man. Play on, says the referee. It's a throw in for LAFC. And we'll see how much added time. 5 minutes of added time. And now we off. LAFC turns it over. Midfield, Palencia pokes it away. It's a great game by LAFC. Another 3-goal game. They did not run away with it in the second half as they normally do because they did it in the first half. A foul call on Palencia. He was not happy at all. You can see more empty spots in the stadium if they were not already. But fans already knowing this score is settled. And your team is down 3. He goes deep again, headed away, bounces off the faces of multiple RSL players. Here's another volley shot. McCarthy lets that one go. Such a warrior. Even the fans, the supporter section leaving it, man. Imagine LAFC. I remember LAFC being down 4 goals to Sporting KC one game. 32-52, stay all 90. Never left early. Sporting KC is just used to handing LAFC else at home. They were actually the first team to beat LAFC at Bank or BMO Stadium in 2018. Before RSL did it again in the playoffs. Bogish called for a foul. And they play on 92 minutes, just the last 3. It's just been a great game for LAFC. Just another well-rounded game. 2 games in hand. You know, everything's just coming together for a team that had such a busy schedule, and for them to really, for like MLS people predicting them to be this good, even with the packed schedule, thinking they're just going to focus on CCL. You know, at times they rotate their squad, put a young players in for to start MLS games, and to just have 1 loss in all the games they've played. This is week 12. They haven't played many games. As here's a through ball for Buke. He won't get there. McMath is the first one to react. But man, it's just been an impressive run from LAFC. It's May, it's early on still. But I mean, you see the schedule, how packed they've been, getting results. They've only lost twice in regular time. Those were 2-1 losses. Alajuelense second leg, San Jose. The other games they just tied. It's been a great run from LAFC and a really encouraging one. Now, many thought they were going to get an early season loss to Seattle. Did not happen. Here's a cross. No, he fakes it. 94, just last seconds. LAFC get it back. Just walking it. Bogush. Switching it to Buanga. Here's Denny. Leading the attacks. Finds Cifuentes. He pulls it wide. It's right intent. Left foot. Off wide. Buanga's just too good. And now just about 95 exactly. They go from midfield, and that one just over the bar, trying to surprise McMath. This is Denny Buanga. Scored a goal, his ninth. And the referee has now officially ended the match. LAFC defeat the Real Salt Lake 3-0. A great game. They just did an impressive job. 7th straight win at Utah for LAFC. Great job by the black and gold. Overall, 10 out of 10 performance. Really strong defensively. A lot of great stuff. Cifuentes, Julio Anderson Julio, and Chiqui Palacios just having a lot of fun talking to each other. And that was a great game from LAFC. They defeat RSL 3-0. And that is the end of our stream. And thank you for everyone who joined us today. It was a pleasure to be here with you. And we'll see you next time. LAFC win 3-0.